everyone. How's it going? Hi everyone, welcome in. How are you guys doing? Hi everyone, make sure you guys like the stream if you're in here. Donations are open. Welcome in, guys. Who's all in here? Hey, Jess, how are you? You're sleep, girl. I've been tired this week. So you know what? My sister was telling me the same thing. I know you've been working a lot too. You work with him today? Yo, I'm gonna text you something because I just want to know. I don't know why I'm such awareness of this stuff, and it's like, but I'm glad I did notice this today. Um, did you guys speak? Where the heck are you? Okay. Hey, Ashley, how are you? Thinking maybe he didn't notice, but he did. Okay, okay. I guess this Spanish stuff is what they were talking about a few months ago or a few weeks ago. I don't even remember. I don't know what that is. Divine Blizzy. May I get a birthday reading? I mean, it's only donations, love. Happy birthday, though. Yeah, it's only donations. And guys, please like the stream. Jess, can you type donations only, please? He was right there too, like, okay, out here walking right in front of me and shit. Yeah, yeah. I wish he would just seize the moment. Go ahead and post your question, Jess. Let me grab the deck real quick. Yeah, no, no, I know it's not bad, Jess. That feel like it feels good. I was like, oh shit. Like, I thought about that today. I was like, damn, like, it just doesn't feel like. I just been feeling so much better. I'm so glad I did biofeedback. I'm still gonna do it for a little bit. How did Jay feel about seeing Jess today? How did Jay feel about seeing Jess today? The Queen of Swords. The steward guy was there too. Was he talking to you? All right, so I have the Queen of Swords and the Devil. So let's see. With the Eight of Swords, very in his head, Jess. Um, hmm. Let me see what I get from this. Um, the King of Swords. Okay, so we have the Queen and the King of Swords here. I originally wasn't working with him. I got moved there, and it was busy. And he was talking to him. The Two of Pentacles. I'm getting like uncertainty with both of you because you're both here, the King and Queen of Swords. So you're literally a pair here, and I feel like, hold on, this card fell on the floor. I don't know how it was supposed to land. So let me get one more. Have your thoughts been in alignment? Because the Nine of Swords, yeah, I'm getting a lot of like in your head. Um, I mean, we're asking how he's feeling, right? And you're showing up as the Queen of Swords, but he's also showing up as the King of Swords. You guys are coming out. Literally, the card is like one up top, one at the bottom. Then I have the Devil with the Page of Pentacles at the bottom. And then I have the Eight of Swords with the Nine of Swords at the bottom. And it just feels like a lot of yeah, look, the stars here with the Four Cups, a lot of like thinking, a lot of like feeling trapped, a lot of like uncertainty. I have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Um, I feel like there's a little bit of clouded energy here. And I think that someone could be feeling a bit of distress, and it's kind of like showing up in the energy itself, because it does feel like there's a lot of like cloudiness. So like how he feels when he's about seeing you today, I feel like he was in his head. Um, I feel like show me the Two of Pentacles. Show me the Two of Pentacles. Show me the Two of Pentacles. The Seven of Swords. Why is the Seven of Swords here? The Ten of Swords. See, I got all these swords. I'm getting a lot of logic here. Way too much logic, or like there's also exhaustion. So I don't know if he's also feeling like exhausted, like in his body, like you are, and it's kind of like affecting his mental. Because I'm getting, this is both of y'all energies here. Is you, again, you're the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, very independent, very supportive, very honest, very unbiased, right? He sees you as someone that communicates clearly, like the Five of Pentacles when it's come out. Someone who's very insightful, someone who's, again, very intelligent and like speaks her mind, right? You're very direct, and you're very but you're also very loving, right? Because it's not like the Queen of Swords is like, like, you know, she's mean or anything. No. And then he's showing up as the King of Swords, right? Someone with authority and power, someone with very high standards, someone who has mental clarity, someone who's very just, someone who's very honest and truthful. But then everything surrounding you guys is, again, the Devil, which talks about like either being, I'm getting trapped in the mind because I have the Devil with the Eight of Swords. So it's like I just heard unproductive. So I feel like maybe he is looking, yeah, like I got the Page of Wands in the reverse, which is talking about someone feeling maybe impatient, someone feeling like a little impulsive or restless, maybe even distracted. Um, or like lacking direction. And I, you know, even someone that's very pessimistic. So I feel like he could be lacking direction of what to do in the connection itself. But I'm getting just maybe thinking way too logical, because again, there's cloudiness here. The Two of Pentacles with the Nine of Swords. The Two of Pentacles is all about finding balance, right? Finding balance is a card that talks about like time management, maybe juggling too much, too many priorities, and needing to just kind of like, because it's coming out next to him, I feel like he needs to make a decision to come towards you. So the Queen of Swords coming out with the Devil and the Eight of Swords. So this could be you. Maybe like there is some negative thinking that's been going on, or um, feeling, again, to me the Eight of Swords always like being, you're restricting yourself, right? Like it's, you're restricting yourself. And then him, he has the Two of Pentacles, needing to like just come towards you, make a decision to come towards you. But then he's showing up with the Nine of Swords, anxiety and fear, kind of feeling hopeless. So I'm getting both of you maybe entering this phase of feeling hopeless at the same time. Maybe feeling a little overwhelmed. um, but the Nine of Swords for me, I just want to clarify the Nine of Swords with the Page of Pentacles. I feel like the Nine of Swords also talks about a breaking point, right? So he could be reaching his breaking point, like I said, with that um, Page of Wands in the reverse. Like that's that energy of like, I'm still feeling impulsive, about to just take some action. So I feel like he may reach his breaking point where he's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna take action. Because I do have the Page of Pentacles, which is someone who's very goal oriented, very ambitious, right? So he's going to like make something happen. Um, so that's what I'm getting. I just feel the Page of Pentacles is also a card of manifestation. Um, so yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, this is like crazy. This energy, I'm like trying to make it make sense, but I just want to get one for this Ten of Swords, the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Mm, I feel like he could be being a little passive right now when it comes to the connection. Um, like being passive, and this is like kind of a little bit of the energy I've gotten from him like recently, like where he's kind of just, what's meant to be will be, kind of in that mindset. I think I said that's what I'm getting from him. Like he's just being passive, where you may be like already ready for something more to happen, and he's more in this energy of like, whatever's meant to be will be, whatever happens happens. Or like if something needs to happen, it will. That's what I'm getting from him, and not in a way where he doesn't care, but it's in a way where he just feels maybe he does not know what to do, so he's just like, all right, I'm gonna let the universe or God guide me, whatever he believes in. That's what I feel like. He's waiting for to be guided, rather than like him just deciding to take action, even though he wants to. So that's how I could explain it. Hi Sonali, no free questions. Guys, please read the pinned message when you come in. If it doesn't say free questions anywhere, then there's no free readings. And just FYI, I rarely do free readings anymore, just in case anyone wants to know that. Yeah, I'm past that phase. And there's nothing against anyone, but yeah, I have my reasons for it. I mean, the other day I did do free, but it's not something that I offer all the time, is what I was saying. Look, she took her like back. Somebody took their like back. So you see what I'm saying? Unless you're doing something for people, they're not showing genuine love. So it is what it is. That's why I don't do the free shit, because it literally is based on if you're doing something for people. So yeah. Bye. Unsubscribe, whatever. Not being an asshole, but yeah. That's one of this right here is one of the reasons why. Because when you don't give them anything, like they don't just naturally show love. So I'm good. Alright, I got you, AJ. About to start your reading now. Yo, I have been tired this week. I feel like the summer is flying by, and then I was like, wait, it's only July 16th. Right, IJ. All right, let's see. For IJ. Dang, that water was cool. All right, let's see, IJ. Hi, Anita. How are you? I'm doing good. Oh, why are you upset? Hi to anyone coming in. I'm working on a channel reading. Hey guys, how are you? All right, IJ, I'm ready. My bad, I'm on a channeled reading. Yeah, Anila, donations are open. My bad, guys. I am on. Um, I was on a channel reading. I wasn't even looking at the screen. All right, IJ, let's see. So it says, I want you to know I feel you. I feel your energy reaching for me in the quiet moments, in spaces between thoughts, and in the warmth of the memories that won't leave you. I know your heart is open for me, and I honor the courage it takes to seek me with such love and sincerity. I have open here, connected to you beyond time and form. I'm healing, remembering who I am, rising into the woman I was always meant to be, the woman who can meet you where you are. I'm sorry, let me go back. The woman who can meet your soul. Wait, the woman who can meet you where your soul has been longing to be met. I definitely see your desire, not just for me, but for something real, deep, and sacred. And I won't wait. Wait, I want you to know this love, this connection, it's not imagined, it's divinely woven. You don't have to chase it, just trust, but most importantly, trust yourself. Our love is not a matter of when, wait, it's not a matter of if, only when. I'm already on my way to you in spirit and truth in love. And here are your messages. I didn't know love until I found you. Very strong passion for you. I only want you. I want to hear your voice. Will you stay the night with me? I'm very scared to make the first move. I drive by to see if you're home. We always get that card. And you make me have wild thoughts. So that is for you, IJ. Hi, everyone. Everyone that came in, can you guys please like the stream? Alright, so just your next. So next. You're welcome, IJ. Thank you, Shay. friend just up on you. It is in there. Okay, let me double check. Sorry guys, I'm working on the channel reading, so I'm usually quiet during those when I do those. All right, I got it. Thank you, Anita. Okay, send it to the Yahoo account, please. Well, the one that's listed on here. All right, Jess. Sorry, hold on. All right. All right. Sometimes I don't know how to explain this, but lately you are always on my mind. And honestly, it's been more than ever. It's like I can feel your energy reaching me. It's steady, unwavering, almost like a heartbeat that at some point I didn't realize I missed so much. Maybe when I ended things, I thought I was doing the right thing. Maybe I lied to myself and told myself I wasn't ready. And hey, maybe I just wasn't. But with the distance between us, there's part of me that still feels you, almost like a light that never went out. I'm somewhere in the process of growing, reflecting, and changing. I'm starting to see you differently, not as the one I left behind, but as the woman who never gave up on our love. I don't have all the answers yet, but I can tell you this: I never forgot you, and there's something about us I can't keep ignoring. Maybe it's time to stop running. Yeah, Jesse, you can. Shay, start posting your question, please. And please like the stream, guys. Please and thank you. All right, let me get your messages. Just we could close the list. Can you guys hear me? Kick me out. All right, 1 second, Jess. Can you guys hear me? Kick me out. All right, 1 second, Jess. Let me get your messages. Yeah, you can close it. Shay, post your question. All right, so Jess, you rock my world. Will you answer when I call? Wait, Jess, did you hear the channel message? I have something good to tell you. The wait is over. I'm missing you so much. The thought of you still lingers. You are the love of my life, and I never want this to end. So that is for you. Okay, you did hear. Okay, so those are your messages, Jess. All right, Shay, let's see. How is the cat? How is David the cat's energy towards Shay currently? Um, you know what? I don't even know. me see. No, she hasn't. But you could just add her. I mean, if she doesn't come back, then she doesn't come back. But you could add her because, I mean, she usually does. Alright, what is the David the Cap's current energy towards Shay? What is his current energy? What is David the Cap's current energy towards Shay? Those came out sideways. I don't take sideways anymore. Alright, what is your current energy towards her? David the Cat, what is your current energy towards her? Alright, we got the King of Cups. The Chariot. The Knight of Pentacles. And the Queen of Wands. I feel like his energy is like wanting to come towards you. So he's showing up as the King of Cups and you're showing up as the Queen of Wands. So he's still very attracted to you. I feel like there is like sexual energy, but not just that. Because the King of Cups is showing up here, so I feel like he does have emotional feelings. To me, the Chariot is like he's choosing to come towards you. I do have the Knight of Pentacles, so it does feel like slow energy, but it is energy where he's looking towards you. I'm not on camera, but if you were to see these cards, it's like you're facing a certain direction. So it's him. He's facing your direction, but you're facing the opposite direction. So you're not even looking at him. Like, so maybe he's feeling like you moved on and you're doing your own thing. He could be feeling that way too. What is your energy towards her? Alright, the Two of Wands in the reverse. The Page of Wands. The Hierophant. The Four of Wands. I feel like he's letting his intuition kind of like decide what he should do next, because the Two of Wands in the reverse, to me, it does feel like he's avoiding risk. He's avoiding taking a chance, right? He's avoiding, like, yeah, like he feels like you're leaving him where he's at. So it's like right now he maybe there's a fear of the unknown. So maybe he fears that if he reaches out, maybe like how your reaction is gonna be is what I'm getting. But with the Page of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Four of Wands, I do feel like he intends to reconnect. But what I'm getting from him is he is letting, again, his intuition kind of decide. So he's like kind of letting, how I can put it is, like he's not really taking action, even though the Page of Wands is kind of like is a messenger. But with the High Priestess here in the Four of Wands, he's kind of, to me, it feels like he's not going to take action unless he feels like inspired to. So he's not going to take action out of fear or out of just being like, I want to hear. He wants to like, it for him. Okay, so this is how I can put it. If he's overthinking taking action towards you, he's not doing it. He wants to do it when he just got kind of just is clear and just like decides like I'm gonna just reach out to her. Like he wants it to feel more organic than I'm trying to get some, like I'm trying to hear from her because I haven't. The Star here, the Judgment. How are you feeling towards her? The Queen of Cups, the Death card. I feel like he's hoping that you have a different perspective on this situation, because the Star is here and the Judgment, and then it's the Queen of Cups. So this is you, with the Death card. So let me just clarify this Death card just to, yeah, the Seven of Cups. One more. The Fool. I feel like he's giving it time. Like this to me feels like he's trying to see if he gives it time and he feels because the thing is he's there's fear of like how you're gonna react, right? I don't know if he saw a side of you that maybe he wasn't used to, that kind of like, I don't want to say freaked him out, but it caught him off guard. That's what I can say, caught him off guard. So I feel like he is still hopeful that you guys will speak, but I'm also getting like he's hopeful that you have a change of heart or like a change of perspective when it comes to the situation, because the judge is here. So I do feel like he's reflecting, and he's kind of like, again, listening to his inner calling. So I do feel right now, as someone that's not really thinking logically or emotionally, he's kind of being like, I'm gonna let my intuition decide. Like, if it's meant for me to reach out to her, then it's just gonna happen naturally, and whatever happens happens. um the death card is here with the Seven of Cups and the Fool. So I don't feel like things are over at all. I don't feel like things are over. I just think that he's, even though he has the intention, or he wants to speak to you, like the yearning is definitely there, but he kind of like trying to figure out what to do. Like his judgment is clouded. And with the Fool being here, I feel like, let me just get one more on this Fool. The Seven of Swords is here. So I definitely feel like he's still kind of watching over his back, but I'm also getting like he could be taking responsibility right now. So this could be him having a change of heart, or he's saying that you have a change of heart. But I'm getting like someone that wants to turn a new leaf. So that to me is like start over, kind of let the past be the past. But I think that what's holding him back is he doesn't know if, I feel like what could really be holding him back is he don't want to hear about it. Like he don't want to hear about the topic. He's not going to discuss the topic. I feel like he's like a person that kind of just, I'm gonna do what I want, and either you could accept it or you don't have to be here. That's how I feel like he's looking at things, or like this is who he is. But he still has like, like I said, intention of wanting to speak to you. But I think that he's like, yeah, you're not gonna tell me what to do. I'm not gonna deal with that, and I'm gonna. So I feel like that's where everything kind of is a little bit clouded for him, because he wants to speak to you, but he also doesn't want to be uncomfortable, or he doesn't want to talk about the situation at all. Um, I wouldn't really affirm on that. I was just talking about this the other day on here, like this is why I think that readings sometimes could fuck y'all up, and not you, but just in general fuck people up, because what people start doing is, you have to, manifestation is you focusing on the end goal, right? But what happens when people start getting reading, they'll start focusing on whatever the reader told them. So now they're trying to fix things. They're trying to fix things, and it's like, when you're focused on your end goal, fuck the middle. And that's just really it. Like, if you this I had someone that I had a call with, and she literally said that she would get readings, and like then if they told her like her person needed to heal, she would start affirming for him to heal, like for him to be healed. Then if they said he's confused, she would start to affirm for him, like to get out of confusion. And then she said like she was always fixing, like, and changing affirmations and fixing. And yeah, that's the thing. You don't, when manifestation, anybody that tells you law of assumption, even law of attraction, they tell you put your desire out there. Your desire is the end goal, not the middle part. You guys can't focus on the middle. Fuck the middle. That's what I would say. Fuck the middle. Just readings and manifestation, you get them to see what the energy is, but you just keep persisting on your end goal. I think that's what, to me, that's from coming from a reader that is a conscious manifester. That I feel like you guys cause your own delays by doing that. Like, you don't have to worry about the middle if you're focused on the end goal. I don't really, like, to me, I feel like I don't really give a fuck about what's going on right now. And if it's not what I want, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna keep affirming for what I do want. Um, and let me get you some messages. Oh, it's only 11:30. I thought it was later. Yeah, to me that's like messing with the middle. And they say don't fuck with the middle. Like the middle shouldn't be a problem. Like if you're like, this is just in general. If you're manifesting like a marriage with trust, this is just, I'm not talking about anyone on here. Just then that's what you need to focus on. Not like, is he ready? Who gives a fuck? The person that the what is it? The version of him that you're calling in is going to be ready to be married, right? Because you're married to him already. Going it my way, honestly. Yeah, I didn't either until she told me that, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, I feel like, um, I'm like, yeah, that's why. Like, that's one thing that I could feel like, yeah, like, who cares? Like, I don't know, cause me, like, I don't really. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, when it comes to anything I'm manifesting, I don't give a fuck if it comes flying through my window. Okay. Now, what I could say that maybe I have a thing that I'm actually working on is the when. I think the when is for me, where I feel like I don't directly focus on the when, but I indirectly could think of the when. But yeah, I don't really give a fuck how it comes in. And to be honest with you, I'm starting not to give a fuck about the when either. As long as I get what I fucking want, like I said, I don't care if it comes flying through my window. Yeah, even not in the manifestation way. Yeah, just that's the thing. Like, that's why I feel like a lot of like coaches will say hell nah, but then a lot of them are like, at the end of the day, you're the alpha power. You decide. But this is the thing: if somebody is already in high anxiety, or they're already feeling like, oh my god, I'm not getting what I want, you get a reading that is opposite of what you're wanting. But even with people that get good readings, like they'll still keep going, 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 going. And I like, as long as it's not affecting you, then it's not affecting you. But I feel like I never really noticed that until the girl told me that day, and I was like, hold the fuck up, hold on. Um, yeah, the 3D, like I don't. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Like I really have gotten to the point where I don't give a fuck if it ain't what I want. Like if it's not showing up the way I want it, or not saying that, as long as it shows, because it's gonna show up the way I want it anyways. As long as it shows up the way I want it, I don't give a fuck about the how. Like I don't care. I don't focus on the little shit. Like, so you have glow up, new opportunities, career, successful business, but this could be the connection glowing up. We have mask, hiding, concealing, deception. So I feel like he could still be hiding like his feelings. Archangel Michael, which is a protection angel, prevents it from harm, divine intervention. So I feel like you have angels that protect you. You have family here, blood ties, inner circle. He could be dealing with some family stuff. I feel like he focuses on family a lot, because I get this card for him a lot. Yeah, that's why they say it takes her lightning. But let's be honest, like, in manifestation, we learned that it's honestly is literally mirroring your dominant thoughts, right, or your dominant energy. But which is good, because that means that if it's mirroring your dominant thoughts or the dominant energy in the connection, then it should be a good thing, that you should focus on that energy. You have burned bridges, lack of trust, disloyal, turn back. That is that seven of swords that I saw. That I feel like he's treading lightly when it comes to you right now, and not really rushing to come in. Boundaries. Um, he could be just setting boundaries right now. Suffering in silence, unspoken desires, real feelings, broken dreams. So I do, like I said, I do feel like he's kind of masking his like feelings. We have unpredictable, so I feel like he could be like he could be reaching out and like when you least expect it, and we have masculine energy, authority, discipline, father figure, and then we have consequences, bad choices, mixed signals, games. So I feel like all of this to me, it just feels kind of like what you're reading. Um, Someone who is kind of like, for me, this consequences card, I don't really get like bad choices here or games. The mixed signals, I think he saw a side of you that that more so shocked him. So that is what I have for you, Lou. His energy has changed though. I feel like it has. I said it's 11:30. It's not that late, and why the fuck do I feel so tired all of a sudden? All right, so tomorrow, guys, I will be posting a video of my routine of how I've tried a few things this year, and I didn't even realize it until I sat down. This was earlier, um, and I was like, I've tried a lot of shit, and I feel like it wasn't until I went back to my routine where I started to feel, I was saying, internally, definitely a shift. Because I've really been in this, like, whatever. It had a lot. Yeah, it did. It had a lot. It had a lot to unpack. But I think it's, like, good. Remember, we're dealing with humans, anyways. I don't know why that made me think of the Little Mermaid. But yeah, we're dealing with humans. So it made me think of the Little Mermaid when she was brushing the cartoon one, when she was brushing her hair with the fork. Um, so yeah, I'll post it tomorrow, and then I'm gonna do one too of like the different ways to affirm, um, and how to keep it fun. Cause I like to keep shit fun. Like, I honestly I feel like for me, if I get too into like, and I say my routine because it's it's my routine, but I switch it up, and like I feel like if I do something too much of the same, it starts to feel fucking crazy. Or I'll get bored and be like, do I really want to do this? I don't really want to do this. So I'll be posting those tomorrow. All right, let's see. For Anila, are you here? Today, for the first time in a while. All right, I'm going to my. I'm just waiting for my email to upload. I spoke in a rampage, and I almost started fucking laughing. Like, that's why I don't do rampages, because I don't even, you know what, I can't just be like, I'm gonna do a rampage right now. I have to be in such an energy, because rampages are very high energy stuff, that I was like, I was in the mood at that time. Like, it just happened. And I wasn't even able to do it out loud, y'all, because my nephew was here. He probably would be like, you're fucking crazy. Have you ever rampaged? Just like, my nephew would have been like, you're fucking, what is wrong with you? All right, I got you, Anita. Let me see. It felt so good though when I was done. Like, I was just like, oh, okay. All right. Alright, let's see. Let me grab. I mean, I've tried, but not out loud. Girl, if it was, I'm telling you, I wanted to do it out loud so bad, but my nephew would have definitely been like, honestly, you're fucking crazy. He would have literally like talked to me just like that, because he'd be cursing on his game. He would have been like, you're fucking crazy. And then what he would have done was later on tell my sister, because at nighttime he likes to, before he goes to bed, he likes to tell my sister like the most random shit, and he would have been telling her like, yes, Stacey was in there like talking out loud to herself and like cursing and stuff. So I think she's losing her mind. Yeah, I didn't tell y'all what he did to me last night, right? So I was downstairs with him, because he had his game downstairs. So I was downstairs with him, and we're playing the game. Well, he's playing the game, and I had my lip gloss and my AirPods on the couch. So I was washing our dishes, because we be snacking and stuff. We were snacking last night. And I came upstairs, and I'm like, oh shit, my AirPods. Let me go downstairs and get them. I'm looking for them. I text him like, do you have my AirPods? He's like, no, no, I don't have them. And I'm like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, no, I don't have them. Y'all, he hit him in between the couch. I was like, you little brat. You know that last December he was in the hospital for from Thanksgiving almost to like my birthday. My AirPods were missing, right? So I thought I threw them in the trash, because that day I had like wrapped all these gifts and stuff. So I was like, I must have threw them in the trash. I'm not gonna fucking like. I was just like, I don't think I'm not gonna dig through the trash. But then I was like, fuck it, I should. So I had ordered these like, Bluetooth AirPods, not AirPods, but just some random earphones. They were really good. So I didn't even think to ask him, mind you, he had just come home from the hospital. So like, why would I think that? Girl, why he was like, you did order something? He's like, oh, I'm sorry, I hid yours upstairs. I'm like, you little fucker. My sister was like, why would you do that? She just spent money now. So yeah. Alright, so let's see. And this morning he hit my mom's phone. So yeah. Alright, so for Anita, why? Why did he do this? Why did he? Yo, you know what? I'm getting nosy vibes for sure. I mean, I had the King of Wands, and if you can recall the King of Wands, at least on this deck, he has like, you know what? I'm gonna show you, because I feel like you can only understand what I'm saying if you see it. Wait, can you guys see? Oh, there it goes. You see how he's like there, and he's just like looking, right? Kind of just observing is what I'm getting from this, like observing. Um, and I have the Knight of Swords. I feel like it was like an impulsive move, if I'm being honest. Like, did you get to see it? Oh, you got it. All right. So, like, it was an impulsive move, but then I have the Six of Swords here, so I feel like he's leaving it behind, if that makes sense to you. Like, to me, it does feel like he's leaving it behind. That's the way I could put it. It was, to me, with the King of Wands being here, it feels very curious to me, right? Like, I'm just looking, right? But I'm not really taking any action. And the Knight of Swords to me tells me that it was literally on impulse and in the moment. It was like an in the moment type of thing. It wasn't a plan. It wasn't like it just, it sucks because the timing of it, but also I have to be honest with, like, because I am a conscious manifester, I know how things sometimes happen, right? Nothing is a coincidence, right? It was like a decision he made in that moment, but I don't feel like it was intended to happen at this time. It's just the timing looks bad, of course. I feel like with the Six of Wands, though, he's moving on from it. Because now we're turning our back, right? And look, I'm gonna have to show you, because I want you to get the visual of what I'm seeing so that it makes more sense. Um, Hi, Diamond, how are you? So, like, you see him here, he's seeking that way. Then here we go, that ambitious, that in the moment type of thing that he did. But now he's turning his back. So I do feel like he definitely, it wasn't a thing where he was like, I feel like doing this. I want to see, I might ask that specifically. Was it because he was drinking? Was it because he was drinking? You blocked for yourself, good. I got the hermit here. Give me one more. Yo, you, this feels like to me, and I'm gonna answer you the way who I am, and I'm gonna still answer you in a tarot way, spirit way, because I don't ever answer just in tarot, but in my spiritual way, and my not like being a conscious manifester, right? You know what this feels like to me? The hermit is like, all right. One thing I learned is that when you're moving, like you're turning a new leaf, right? You're moving on. You're feeling like this is a new beginning. There's gonna be things that's gonna test you, right? And um, when I say this test you, I'm not saying like the universe is testing you, right? But it's like he's telling you to trust him, and then by seeing like something, how can I explain this that it makes sense? He's telling you to trust him, right? And you said a few hours. And this is why I say, like, sometimes we don't even realize that things are happening literally like this, right? There's no waiting game when it comes to, like, being consciously awake, right? There's no waiting game. The only thing that we wait for, some things take a little time, is because we have resistance to it, right? So I feel like it was almost like in your face to be like, do you really trust him? Right? So it's almost, I feel like your ego, here we go, your ego is protecting you, so it's showing you something so that you don't trust him. Does that make sense to you, Anita? I want to make sure that makes sense to you, because I know this probably sounds a little crazy, but that that's the way I can explain it. Your ego is going to protect you, right? So he did it in a way that I honestly feel, and I'm just being honest, I would, I would tell you, like, yeah, he planned this and he's trying to make something happen, right? I feel like it was in the moment. I don't feel like it was a thing where he planned it like purposely. I feel like it's something that happened to see, are you going to trust him? So if we want to look at it as a test, we can, but I don't like to use tests, right? Another way I could put it to you is life. Life is showing you, are you really changing? Because remember, as we're like manifesting and stuff like that, we're also changing, right? We should be changing too. And you're obviously changing because your old self is the one that doesn't want to trust him, that's trying to protect you, but your new self wants to have that hope, right? So it's literally your old self like showing up to be like, hey, are you sure? um you said, I texted him and said, clarify what you mean trust, but I guess he's been sleeping. I don't know. He didn't respond because I was really mad, but now I'm not gonna say anything. Yeah. I was saying, damn, that's a hard question. Because I know me, I'm gonna be on my human body, my human self, right? Would be like, would definitely be asking. But then my conscious manifester side would be like, fuck it, let me just keep keep focused on what's happening, like on what I'm doing, right? On the new story that I'm focused on, and not focus on what I'm seeing. Does that make sense? We learned that ignoring the 3D, which I have a video too. I don't know if I have posted that, but when you're manifesting, you have to ignore the 3D. 3D is gonna what's happening right now, Anita, is an old story that's playing out, and either you're gonna unpack and stay there, or you're gonna be like, this is an old story, I keep it moving. Like, I'm gonna keep it moving, right? And that's what I feel like that this is like. Jess is laughing because she knows, because see, we've been in this for a minute, right? So we know that the 3D will be slapping shit in our faces. What we have to do is keep being like, no, like, no. And it's, again, it's your old assumptions and thoughts, that as you start to put new things in your I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put it like this: a detox. If you were to take some detox medicine right now, you're not gonna feel good right away, right? You might be shitting for like 3 or 4 days that you feel like, oh my god, like I am emptying out my whole body. So that's how I could put it. It's like almost like when you're starting to put those new thoughts in, or you're starting to have like that hope for that new beginning, or like for the change. Your old shit has to come out, because now you've had all this old shit packed up in there, and it might look fucking terrible at first, but then the more you don't keep your awareness on there, if that makes sense, like the more you take your awareness from it, you'll feel better. And I know it's hard, but that's just how it is, right? And that's just how I've learned that things are. Everyone is you pushed out. So what he's showing you right now is still things inside of you that you have to like get out there. I bring shit up, but my Scorpio side gonna keep watching and observing while doing my shit. Yeah, it's stopping you. Yeah, exactly. The day fast forward in the evening, he apologized. He never does. Do you see? That's why I be telling people, yo, like once you find your thing, your whatever we could call it, it is a technique. At the end of the day, people would get so scared, but it is right. Um, Once you find your technique, or whatever, however you want to put it, and that feels good to you, that is like, for me, is repetition of affirmations, because we're thinking all the time, anyways. But like I was telling them too, like I don't want to be thinking about my desires all day. Like I like to live my life. So I once you find your thing and you literally are in that conviction, like you're like, fuck that, like I'm gonna stand on that, things just change. It does change. Your mind, yeah. And I was like, no way, this, yeah. So girl, and that's the thing. That's another thing that I want to talk about, because I did write about this, because there's something too. I've experienced that too, where I've gotten something like so fast out of nowhere that I was like, wait, what the fuck just happened? Like, and Jessica tell you she's my manifesting buddy, but where I was like, where the fuck did that come from? Because it happened so fast, right? Because our human body is so used to having to wait and work for something, that when things like that, like how you said, you started to question it, right? You you started to question it because it's normal. But start to normalize yourself in that way, because I tell everyone like that I coach, like I don't want y'all to think of manifestation as a process. Like I want y'all to affirm I manifest instantly. Like I manifest right now. I don't even do the practice of like I manifest in 3 days. No, I want you to say that you manifest right now, because a lot of times we do manifest literally on the spot. Sense of whiplash, right? You said I focus my energy into him feeling like crap. Yeah, you see? In 2 years. Yeah, so don't, it's not a coincidence. I'm telling you, and this is something too that I always tell people. You cannot be, when I say you can't be one foot in, one foot out, you can't be, one of the things is you can't believe in manifesting and coincidences. So it's not a coincidence, that's you who brought that energy in. You created that. You're the creator anyways, right? I can't tell you how much shit has changed for me in the past like a few weeks, just because I was like, I got back in my power, because I know who I am. I know what I've manifested, right? And a lot of times we like to play victim. So I want to like, and just to clarify, Anila, I'm not saying this to you because I know my manifestation part, right? The conscious, but honestly, even in the tarot, I just feel like it was an impulse, and he's leaving it alone. I have the Hermit and the Two of Wands. To me, this feels like I'm not making no moves. I'm not doing anything here. I do feel like I want to see, because I want to see what he's feeling towards you. Yeah, and you create everything. So, is this about Anila? How long are you going to be gone? So, I don't know if you're planning to be gone for a few weeks, because I get him. I don't know why I'm seeing 2 weeks. So I don't know if it's 2 weeks or what, a month or maybe, or more maybe. Okay. I feel like maybe in like 2 weeks. I don't know if he's discussed. Oh, you just got there today. Okay. You know what? I thought you was already there because I remember. I think you had said you was gonna travel like a week or so ago. I can't remember now, but I feel like maybe like in 2 weeks he'll start. I'm not saying that he's not missing right now, but I feel like in like 2 weeks he may start to really feel like he's missing you and your son. Yeah, look, I don't know why I'm getting. I don't know why I'm getting this, but I feel like hmm, he may mention like something like wanting to see you guys, like actually like physically see you guys. So I don't know if this was in the plans or if because the death card is here, so it could be like a change and that he has that he's like I just want to go travel too because I do get travel here. She did. Oh my god, that's crazy. That just gave me chills because I literally don't be getting time frames anymore because I don't like to get time frames. Um, but I'm getting something about 2 weeks of like, yeah, I feel like he's gonna be in his head. The Eight of Swords is here, and I feel like he's gonna want to see you because I got the Ten of Cups. That's the family card to me. Like it's the kids, the man and the woman on here. And then with the Eight of Wands, yeah, look, the King of Cups is here. Girl, I don't even be surprised if he starts to feel some type of way. Because the Four of Cups is here. Maybe he starts to feel like, I feel like especially if you're not really giving him attention, um, he may get like, I'm getting like, I don't know, getting in his feelings and wanting to come see you. Wanting to come see you. Well, the King of Cups is here and he has that cup, and a lot of I know a few people that read him sometimes as a drinker. So I'm not even surprised. I've never gotten that from the King of Cups, but I don't knock anyone for seeing that because we kind of all kind of create our own definitions at some point. Yeah, you know what? I feel like give him like less attention because I feel like if he's you know and we don't like to play games in the I don't like to play games in the 3D. But I feel like you can use that to your advantage because at the end of the day, we know that the human body, like for some reason, whatever reason that is, when a person feels like you're not paying attention to them or they feel like your energy is like you're like you're falling back, they automatically start to like want to grab onto that energy, right? So I feel like that's a good idea because I literally get him missing you. And like I said, the King of Cups, you said the drinking, right? And I've known people that do see him as a drinker. And I see travel, like a possibility for travel. I went to Rivers. I've been too good and yeah, too attentive, and now it's missing. So he's gonna lose. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I say like I feel like he's gonna miss you because physically you're not there. Um, and I'm seeing him also missing your son. And like I feel like I'm getting like a lot of emotional vibes here. So if he's like an emotional drinker, then yeah, he could be like not gonna like even exaggerating to make you feel good, but he may like crying or like start to feel like highly emotional because the King of Cups is very sensitive. He's very emotionally open, and he's very emotionally stable. But in the reverse, when he's not feeling good, he could be a little bit like he starts to get untrustworthy, like like jealous. That's what I was getting from him, like starting to feel like jealous, like like what is she doing, what is she up to, having like emotional turbulence. Says he hates New York. He would never come. Really? So he's never been there yet. He may think about it because I feel like he may mention it. I feel like he may mention something about traveling. Will he do it? We don't know. I don't know, but I feel like the intention will be there. He does. Oh my god, that's crazy. Yeah, I feel like he's girl. You know what? Why I said that? It remind. I have a cousin that when she drinks, I don't know if you've ever had a friend that when they drink they cry, and get all emotional, want to talk about sex shit. Like that, I have a cousin that's like that. That when she drinks, she wants to fucking cry. It's like no, nobody want to cry. Like so that's I thought of her when I saw that. So that's what I feel like. Spirit uses my own spirit be using my own family to make it make sense. He's used to me being home, and yeah. So is this the first time that you guys are like you're gonna be gone for a while apart from him, or maybe it's been a while since you've done that, so that could make sense too. Yeah, I think that I want to think, did I, have I ever, what I noticed when I drink alcohol, I get very anxious. Not tequila though. I think it's more vodka. Like I drink Cosmos, and I think Cosmos have vodka, and I realized I cannot drink them because they cause me anxiety. But I can have drinks with tequila in it. I don't get anxious. But if I'm gonna be good, yeah, that makes sense. No, it's been about 2 years since I've done it, but not the first. Okay, so it's been a little while. It's definitely been a little while where he's like, yeah, I think that he's, remember, like, the more you're with someone, the more attached you are to them. So maybe, like, it's been so long since you've been, since you've done that this may make him change for real. Oh, you're anxious when you're when I drink. I get more into with my intuition. It's weird. I get calm. Yeah, I believe that because I feel like even people that like get high, like that smoke weed. I remember my first Oracle deck. I started off with an Oracle deck, and it's called Angels in Your Biz. It was like this manifestation coach. Like, I mean, this is in 2020. I mean, not in 2020. And she actually, if you paid the shipping, it was for your business. So the Oracle deck was to help you with your business, right? And you just paid for the shipping. And I got them, and I remember they were sitting. I had got them that day, and me and my friends, mind you, it's COVID, so we were like doing like these Zoom calls where we were playing games and drinking and stuff. And girl, that deck started calling me. And when I was off that Zoom, I remember calling my best friend, and I was like, "Yeah, the deck is calling me." It's my first time like using a deck, so I was like a little nervous. But when I tell you, like, she was like, "Yeah, if it's calling you, just go ahead and like flip, like, shuffle the cards." And just with that alone, and mind you, they're business related, but I was picking up. That's when I knew like my intuition was high because I gave her like I was doing a reading for her, and I didn't even have tarot cards. Let me see because I've been manifesting and speaking a lot of affirmations. Yeah, girl, I'm telling you, that's why I tell people like just do it, even if it's just for the mindset, like the peace of mind. When you learn that your thoughts create, and you the power of your tongue, right? We know that that's in the Bible. Manifestation is in the Bible too, and people just want to. I have my own. I've been reading the Bible on and off for years, and the way I look at the Bible and my perception of it is completely different from like a lot of people. But I will say like it's all in there, and the power of the tongue is a real thing, and we don't realize like I have a friend that I really was like, I have to like stay away from her because I feel like I love you to death, sis, but you are always negative, and it's not about, there's a difference between that toxic positivity and someone who is always pessimistic. And it's like at some point you have to want to change. And I'm the type of person like I don't like to feel like shit. That's what my thing is. I don't like to feel like shit. No way. Well, I don't know why sometimes they call. Girl, we all get caught because we have, like I said, we are spiritual beings caught like having a human experience. So the way I would say with the 3D before, when I first learned about law of assumption, because I have was into law of attraction, more like most people, and then I found law of assumption. At first, when they would say ignore the 3D, I thought it was literally like act like it don't exist, but that's not it. When I did a lot of research earlier this year, I found this lady that the way she explained it, it made so much sense to me that it clicked. So ignoring the 3D is more so looking at it. If it's not an experience that you want, just remind yourself it's just your old thoughts, right? And especially if it's something that you know for a fact, you how I could put it, you always have to be honest with yourself, right? Because I think people don't like to do that. They don't like to go within and be honest with themselves. I do. So ignoring the 3D is literally looking at it and being, if it's not what you want, you just be like, all right, cool, this is an old story. Let me keep focusing on what I do want. That's what ignoring the 3D is. You acknowledge it. And now if it's showing up the way you want to, then you're happy. But yeah, it takes a lot of practice. I did not know what ignoring the 3D meant. Nobody really explained it that way, or at least I didn't understand it. But now that I do, I it's easy for me to, like, if I see something, I just recently saw something I ain't like, you know what, I was like, I don't really give a fuck because that ain't even my story. Like, that's the old story. So whatever. Yeah, that's a mental diet. That's the biggest part. I will say, if there's one big part of it's one of the keys. There's a few keys. I feel people try to make it seem like it's just one thing. There's a few. One is consistency, persistent in what you want. Mental diet for sure. Mental dieting. Um, mental dieting. Mental dieting is gonna be your. I feel like mental dieting, because this is a thing. You could, let's say you sat here and you affirmed for an hour. You affirm an hour in the morning, an hour at night. But if throughout the day you spiraling, you cutting up in the 3D, you acting on shit in the 3D, you just canceled those 2 hours of affirming, or visualizing, or scripting. So that's what I'm like. And throughout the day, being mindful of the conversations you're having, right? Being mindful, like, of your thoughts, because our thoughts sometimes they'll just spiral, and one thought creates another, and another, and another, and another, negative or good. So it's mental diet. I think is like, I'll probably do something on a mental diet, because I feel like mental diet is one of the things that initially for me was like, I sometimes do. Um, I used to do mental diet challenges on here, but then I realized that mental diet is something you need all the time. Law of Assumption is great, and yes, me too. I found Law of Attraction years ago. First it worked, but Law of Assumption, girl, Law of Assumption worked more, because Law of Attraction, they teach you, like, you gotta be in high vibes, and da 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 da, like, you can, God forbid, who the fuck, look, this is what I could tell you, and I was telling this to my group the other day. One thing I will say, when I am calm, I can definitely sit, because my video will be up tomorrow. I like to record my affirmations, and I like to take time to saturate them. Like, in the morning, like, I'll spend my first half hour of the day before I even brush my teeth is doing my affirmations, whether it's 5 minutes each category, whether it's, you know, 10 minutes each category, 15, whatever. But at least that first half hour is 45 minutes is literally for that. And, like, I'll just saturate. I like to, like, get in, like, a meditative state, and I'll just saturate. And when I'm in anxiety, it's hard to kind of, like, do that, right? So I find another way. Like, I'll just, as I'm doing stuff throughout the day, I'm just repeating my affirmations in my head. So I have, like, different ways that I do stuff, because we're not always in high vibes, but I do feel like I'm more focused when I am feeling more calm. So I do a lot of different things to like stay calm and like, stuff like that, because I've always been like very high anxiety, which I'm not affirming that anymore. Wait, she said I'll be crashing out, then affirm. Yeah, but then you know what is to me, one thing about that I say, I like to work hard. I mean, I like to work smarter, not harder. Like, I don't like to work hard, y'all. Like, at all. I don't like to work hard. And I can admit that. Like, I don't want to work hard for nothing. So I'm going to find the easiest route to do stuff. And literally, to me, I've learned, if you know reacting to the 3D may delay your manifestation, then stop fucking reacting to the 3D. Oh, hell yeah, Anila. Especially like just the way I think and see things, like when we're talking about mindset shifting, and but not only just with the mindset, like actually like having tangible things, like having actual experiences. Like I always say I'm spoiled, but I mean there's some stuff that I always tell people, like, use your beliefs, like the good ones, to make some things make sense for you, because remember, we have a logical mind sometimes, and manifestation is not logical. So like for me, like even the way I see life is different, like the way, and again, it's not the toxic positivity, but even like the way I make money is different. I don't work hard for money. Like I created beliefs. When you start creating beliefs, like, and that's the thing, because an assumption, you don't have to believe it in the moment, because an assumption, like an assumption, what is the saying again? I always say the saying and then I forget it. An assumption, although false, if persistent in, becomes fact, right? um and Yeah. So an assumption, although false, if persistent, and becomes an assumption, becomes fact, right? I may be saying that a little wrong, but I've also feel like I've disconnected from a lot of people, and it's crazy, because I used to be very attached to like my best friends and stuff like that, and I can tell you that I'm not. I'm not. Girl, people around you will really, yeah, that's why I say find like-minded people, because one thing I learned too, like in the tarot community, there's not a lot of people. I learned that, like, there's not a lot of people that believe in they believe in manifestation, but this how they believe in manifestation, what's meant to be will be. I don't fucking believe in that. I don't fucking believe in that. I decide what's meant to be. Like, even with like the Bible, like I tell people like all the time, like, and I have a Christian friend, and she agreed with me, and she's like Christian, and I said I don't feel like when people say our stories are completed, God knows our full story. I'm like, I don't feel like He does. Because then why do we have free will? Yeah, stop assuming negative. That's another girl. So this is what I could tell you. And some stuff that I have been working on. Well, whatever. But girl, if I told you the background fucking stories that I've been telling, I'm like, don't fucking wonder. But you know what I was saying? What I started affirming today, that nothing can stop what's mine. Like, I decided it's mine and it's gonna be mine. Like, because that's another thing I kept saying, like, oh my god, it's not coming in because I keep getting readings. Who gives a fuck? So I started creating some real stupid little stories that I was like, what the heck? So recently they started coming out, and I think it's because I'm more calm, that I'm like, oh, I could catch them. I could catch what the fuck I've been saying for a few months that obviously is not beneficial. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I told her, I was like, I don't feel like our stories are completed. We have free will. So if we didn't have free will, then it would be a straight line, right? Like we would really be walking a straight line. But it's like I could decide if I want to wear a red shirt today or I want to wear a black shirt today. Or what's the other thing that I was saying earlier? Like, I think I was using in context to this, where I said, Oh, when people say, oh, like, basically, like, what's meant to be will be, right? No, because I could decide that I want a Range Rover right now, but then tomorrow wake up and be like, no, I want a Benz. That's not, it's not what's meant to be, it's what you decide. Like, I just changed my mind. I decided that now today I want to buy a Benz. Like, there was a car that I wanted 3 years ago. It's not the same car that I want now. So we decide. It's all us. It all comes from you. Self concept is a good thing to work on too, because once you got a strong self concept, and that's something I had to change my. So I feel like because I evolved so much in like the last like 2 years, that the what I was using for my self concept in the last like I would say the last 2 years, like year and a half, it just was no longer resonating. I was like, yeah, these I'm already past. So I just had to find something more current of where I'm at and what I want. So that's another thing too, like deciding on who you are, because you know your identity is everything. That's what subconcept is, by the way. Yeah, I stopped giving a fuck about the 3D. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what's my thing? Why am I gonna stress about something that I know is gonna that is it only changes if I decide it changes, right? Yeah, your self concept, and then core beliefs, because we got some core beliefs that I didn't even know I had so many. So I felt we're just not acting. Yeah, and you know something I tell people too, like something I learned, like let's just say with your person, right? Because you know we can manifest anything, but I need to use SPs because that's what a lot of people like to you know that's what most people, well, I don't want to say most because that's not most, but like that's what a lot of people like their topic on. But I tell people all the time, like, use your no contact time to really fucking build that foundation. Like, use it to your benefit, to build yourself up, to build the foundation that you want with that person. Like, don't look at it as a bad thing. Like, start seeing it as a silver lining. And that's something I had to work on too. Like, I'm still working on some stuff within myself. Like, I'm still human. So it's like I know how to get myself out of like negative thinking, but I still think negative sometimes? Absolutely. Hurt me just to work on myself and come back, but I really feel I be changing every day. But like in good ways. Yeah. I feel like when you start, so I was telling this to my group, like, because I've been doing it for so long, I just recently started noticing some stuff, and it's because I went back to like my how I originally do stuff instead of trying other stuff. But so I've noticed a lot of like different like things within me, because right, because your world is the way they law of assumption is like you change your world inside, and then it starts to flood into your 3D, right? So that's what you have to work on your inner self. And I'm not talking about healing, because you could literally like decide that you're healing now, right? Like you're not, it doesn't have to be a long process. But I was like, oh my god, I don't think I've ever noticed like shifts, right? Like I literally was like, I don't think I've noticed shifts, or like a few weeks ago I was like, I don't get signs. Like I've never, like I don't, or maybe I just don't pay attention to them. Girl, I may have to email you, because the shit that I've been getting, that I was like, this is way too specific. Like way too specific. Like that I almost freaked me out, because I'm like some of the stuff, and as a reader that I don't even need tarot cards most of the time to read, because that can really just happen. It freaked me out. Some of the stuff that has like come to my subconscious mind, that I'm like, that is wild. So that's the same thing I feel like with like my inner shift. Like, but then lately I've been noticing them, like, because it literally happens like, I feel it happened like literally overnight. I have rough towers, but I come out and I'm like, wow, the shit I learned. Yo, and that's another thing. Even the tarot, we're talking about tarot, right? Like people look at, and I've always said this, people are so scared when they see that tower card. But I've always looked at it differently. To me, that tower crumbled because there wasn't a strong foundation. And now you have a chance to rebuild on a strong foundation. And I feel like, yeah, I'm like, I've never, I don't know, I guess like me and one of my friends that reads tarot too, she's clairsentient. And I have like all eight of my clear abilities, but she was saying that too, like how she perceives like how her perspective on the cards, like the meanings that she has to them are so different than actually like tarot. And I was saying like, yeah, like for me, like the tower card, like I don't mind seeing a tower card in my deck. That means a change is coming. He did it all impulse, but something was trying to tell me maybe no, girl, that's your ego. I'm telling you, that's your ego, and you gotta fight your ego sometimes, girl. I tell my group be laughing because I know they probably be like, girl, but I be fighting my old self, which is my ego, and be letting my. You know what? Today I literally was like, girl, get the fuck out of here. Like, please leave me alone. Like I've been. I literally said this, and I'm in the bathroom brushing my hair and talking to myself in my head in the mirror, but I'm talking to my old version, my old self. And I'm like, literally, I've been so nice to you lately, but now I feel like I gotta curse you out. And I don't want to do that. So just please stop. Because I be letting my old self go kindly. You can't judge your old selves. Remember, we're changing versions of ourselves all the time. But I was like, enough is enough. I don't want to be thinking this dumb shit. So it takes practice, is what I would say. It takes practice, and then, at some point you'll reach a point where you're like, oh my god, like you know what happened to me last week, and I felt so calm that I started freaking out because I'm like, I didn't even notice that maybe I was like living with a little anxiety or like overthinking, but I just had like a few days where I felt so calm that of course I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, what's going on? It felt foreign, and then I was like, no, this is how I'm supposed to feel. So yeah, it's like little shit that it takes practice. I'm gonna say it takes practice. And I promise you that if you keep going, you'll see changes. And like I said, build a belief that your changes happen immediately. Like, even tell yourself I talk to myself, I have inner conversation. I'd be like, no, we don't wait for shit to happen. Like, it's happening right now. Like, it's not happening tomorrow, next week, it's happening right now. Yeah, because you're so used. It's again. I feel like it's your old self. Like your old self is gonna fight back because. So the other day I started worrying about some random shit that I was like, wait, I went from worrying about this thing, and now you're giving me something else. And then I was like, no, that's again, it's your ego trying to latch on. And then I was like, yeah, bye, thanks. Um, mm, it's a past trauma, yeah. Girl, a lot of self-awareness, and that's something too that people lack. You know what's another thing too? Perception. Like how you perceive things, that's how they show up for you, right? So like you could look at this time of like this, like you being here, him being there, as you could start saying that it's like it made y'all better. Like that time apart made y'all better. And if you start to build that assumption now, especially if you're gonna be gone for a little bit, in no time you will see that. So I have a belief. I know a lot of people don't, but I do have a belief that people change, right? That men change, like, but let's talk specifically about men. That men change, and I have that belief because I've seen it with my own eyes, like through friends, through family, even my own brother. Like the way my brother was with his wife early on when they were young. Oh my God, terrible. And he's like, I'm like, wow, I can't believe that we even witnessed that terrible husband. He wasn't even my husband, but the way he is now, oh my God, completely. Like when I say that, it almost feels like that person never existed. So I have a belief that people change. So I use that to my advantage. So like I would say like if you want to build a belief around that, like you can even say like, yeah, he changed for me, and speak on it like a present, like present time. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out. Um, I'll be back on tomorrow at some point.